Hello, Janet Garcia here from Inspiring Radiance. I am based out of Palm City, Florida, and today I want to offer this EFT tapping script specifically for those who are struggling with the aftermath of a natural disaster. And so right now our world is hurting. There's so many that have been affected by natural disasters, and so I felt in my heart that it would be beneficial for me to create this tapping script for you guys. And so what this tapping script is for anyone who is struggling with the emotional aspect of a natural disaster, struggling with any mental health issues. So many times, we leave that last, the emotional, the mental health, we leave that last. Those are the effects that aren't seen externally. If there's physical pain, if there is any kind of damage to the body, of course, we have to take care of those first, but a lot of times we ignore the mental health and we ignore the emotional health. And so what I am saying is that if you ignore those things, they will come up later on for you. And so if you notice that you're struggling just getting back to normalcy, if you notice that you are struggling with feelings of hopelessness, sadness, that is all normal part of this process. And so what the emotional freedom technique does for you is it allows you to acknowledge those feelings, to be able to release any energy blockages within the body so that those you do not hold on to the emotional charge of these events. And so I created again this tapping script for anyone who has gone through a natural disaster, or anyone who is a family member of someone who has been affected. So what you can do if you are not familiar with the emotional freedom technique, you can either visit my YouTube channel, and I will include the link to that in the comment section after this video. You can visit my Facebook page, Inspiring Radiance LLC, and you will find a video called Introduction to EFT. You can also try to follow along. We will be tapping on the different meridian points of the body, and we will get started from there. The other thing I wanted to mention is if you are someone who has actually been present or are a first responder to a natural disaster and you are struggling with any of these issues, I am going to pinpoint a point in the video where you should pause and you should go through the different tapping points and actually tap through telling your story as if you were telling the story to someone else. So the more individualized that you can make this video for yourself, the better you will be able to release any of those negative charges. So we are going to go ahead and get started. We are going to get started at the karate chop point. So even though I am struggling with regaining a sense of normalcy, I choose to acknowledge that it is okay to feel this way, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel so helpless, I acknowledge that this is a part of the process, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel there is more that I should be doing, I choose to deeply and compassionately take care of myself in this moment. So we are going to go ahead and get started on the negative beliefs. So any beliefs that are coming up for you that you're struggling with, I know it might sound like we're just focused on the negative, but we want to be able to acknowledge them so that we can then release. So we're going to go to the eyebrow point. I'm so overwhelmed. Side of the eye, I don't know how to manage these feelings. Under the eye, I can't shake this helplessness. Under the nose, wanting to help everyone who is suffering. Chin, this sadness every time I watch the news or hear from family. Collarbone, questioning why these things happen. Under the arm, this feeling of guilt for everything that I have, and there are so many that have nothing. So go ahead and take a deep breath and release, and rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10 on how disturbing this is for you. And then we're going to go ahead and get started and go back to the eyebrow point. The more I hear about it, the more depressed I become and the more worried I become. Side of the eye, it makes me worry that maybe something else will happen here, under the eye, or to my family. Under the nose, I hug them a little tighter now because deep down, I don't know what will happen. Chin, all the people who lost their life were here one moment and then gone the next. Collarbone, was it our fault? Under the arm, could it have been prevented? Feeling so overwhelmed. Go ahead and take a deep breath and release. And at this point, if you have actively lived through a natural disaster, I would like you to pause this video, continue going through the tapping points, do a full round, starting at the eyebrows and ending at the top of the head, and just tell your story as if you were supposed to tell it to someone else or you wanted to share kind of what you had gone through. Tell your story. It may be overwhelming. You might feel very emotional as you're telling the story because it's so raw, so fresh for you. But continue tapping through it. You may need to do a couple more rounds when you feel that some of the charge has been released. Go ahead and continue playing this video and then continue through the different tapping points. So we're going to go ahead and get started again at the eyebrow point. I feel so emotionally exhausted. Excuse me. Side of the eye. I just want to shut myself in a little bubble and not hear all the horrific things that are going on in our world. Under the eye. I cry for them, for all the parents who lost their children, for all the children who are now orphans, for those who lost their spouses, parents, siblings, and loved ones. Under the nose. For all those who lost every single possession they own. Chin. For those who do not know where they will sleep tonight and where their next meal will come from. Collarbone. I weep for all of them. Under the arm, I worry about them. Top of the head, I pray for them all. Go ahead and take a deep breath and release. And we are going to move forward, but if you feel that there are more negative beliefs, more things that you want to share, go ahead and pause this video again and just go through anything, whatever it might be. Any thoughts that are coming up for you, any struggles that you're having, go ahead and tap through them. And then once you feel like there's nothing else that you have to say, then move forward with this video. So we're going to go back to the eyebrow point. I truly know that there is nothing I could have done or said differently to have a different outcome. Side of the eye. But I pray that I become a better person because of this. Under the eye. I hope that I learn to value life a little better. Under the nose. I hope that I learn to love a little deeper. Chin. To show more compassion and understanding for those around me. Collarbone. I hope to share with the world that healing is always possible. Under the arm. And that you are not alone. And I stand with you. Go ahead and take a deep breath. And you should feel the intensity level coming down. Again, we want to stop tapping until you are very close to a 0. And again, because it's something that's so fresh and so raw right now, you may not possibly get to a 0, but making sure that you bring that intensity level even a couple points, each time that you tap would be the ideal. So we're going to go ahead and do one more round. We're going to go to the eyebrow point. So I compassionately take all the time I need to recover. Side of the eye. I share as much or as little as I can with others. Under the eye. That as every day passes, I open my heart to healing. Under the nose. To regain my sense of normalcy. Chin. To regain my hope and joy for life. Collarbone. to take the lessons and leave the rest, to try living my life as I was meant to live it, on top of the head, to continue life with a sense of gratitude. And go ahead and take a deep breath and release. And again, rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10 and do a body scan and see if there's anywhere that you feel it on your body. If you still have some struggles and you still have some negative beliefs, continue doing this. Maybe do this tapping script 2, 3, 4 times until you feel that that intensity level is decreasing for you, and then continue to do it. It's going to take time, and know that your feelings are normal, that there are many in the world that are thinking about you and that care for you and are doing everything that they can to uplift you in prayer, in thoughts, through their actions. So I hope that you can regain that sense of normalcy after some time. And if there is anything that I can do to help you in that process, feel free to reach out. In the comment section of this video, I'm going to have my email, my phone number, my website listed. And so I just want to say thank you for allowing me to hold this space, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Thank you.